What's up guys, Chaz here. If you're new to my channel, I basically teach you photography tutorials so you can help better your photography. Today is a recap of the latest video I did. The latest video I gave you tips on how to shoot at night. Today I'm going to be showing you how to edit those photos at night. So stay tuned. Alright, so let's get started. So here's the image that I adjusted in Lightroom that I shot at night. I used some neons that were in the area to light him up, and so I'm going to take you how I edit in Lightroom. And Lightroom is usually the base of the photo that I adjust. Like I adjust all the coloring, the lights, and basically the starting point for how I want the photo to look. So I'm gonna go ahead and reset this so I can show you what I did. So this is the after, and this one's the before. All right, so go ahead and reset this. And so I generally want to start in the basic tab. And as far as the exposure, occasionally I will shoot a little bit under exposure on a shot like this, so that way I can keep the details, or if it's too bright and I want a little bit more color coming from the light, I'll lower it. But in this case, I'll just keep this one at 0. I like how this looks. And so from there, I take away some of the highlights, and then I boost up the shadows. And by boosting up the shadows, you can see there's some more detail being brought up in the hair and on the shoulders here. So this is personal preference on how you want your photo to look. So always kind of play with the tabs to see what looks good and what doesn't. So I'm gonna stop about right there, somewhere about 60, I'd say. And then I like to adjust the clarity for my night shots, so I'm going to take that up to about 20. Alright, so the next step I usually do is I kind of take down the saturation. Specifically on reds, when I shoot, it seems like it's too much saturation on the face, so I like to drop it down a little bit. And as you can see, kind of adjust the color. It went full, a little bit more vibrant red, and it's kind of going down to a little bit pink. And so this is how I typically like it to look. And when you're shooting at night, sometimes you will get noise in your photo, and so this goes back to your personal preference. If you want a photo that's a little bit more noisy and kind of filmy, you know, this would be fine. But if you want more kind of a clean shot, you want everything smoothed out, I would then go down to my details tab and adjust the luminance. So I'm going to bring the luminance up to 50, and then contrast about 30. And so what that basically does is smooth out some of the noisy areas and gets rid of some of that grain. And then go to lens correction and remove chromatic abbreviation and enable profile corrections, and that basically straightens up your photo. It kind of has a little curve, and so that takes that away. And then I would go to the effects tab. So I want to add a vignette on this photo because I want the model to be kind of the center of attention. So I'll take away some of these take away the light in some of these outside areas. So I'm going to drop the amount down, drop the midpoints, adjust the feathering. Alright, so that looks good. And then from there I would go to adjust the colors. So I'm going to go to my HSL tab. This has a majority of pink and kind of red tones, so I'll usually just stick to this tab right here. And so you can take it down to get a little more pink. You can boost it up to get a little bit more kind of an orangey look. So I'm going to just drop it down a little bit. Then I'm going to go to the saturation tab and adjust that. So I'm going to pull this down just a little bit. And then for the luminance, I kind of just keep it as is. If you want to adjust the luminance, what that does is you take this down and it darkens the reds or whatever color, whatever reds it picks up, so it's making this a lot more darker pink. Or you can take it up and it lightens up that color. So I'm just going to keep it at 0. So then I go to find the next color that's in this photo, which is, there's some blues here. So then I go down to the hue tab and adjust that how I like. You can either go a little bit more on the teal side or go up to kind of a darkish blue, a little bit purple in it. I like to go a little bit more to the teal. And then I like to boost up the saturation on boost, so I'm going to boost this one up a little bit. And then luminance, boost that up too. Alright, so that's basically how I would build the photo, build the foundation that I want for the night shot. And typically the next step would be to go to Photoshop. And in Photoshop, basically just do some minor color adjustments on the overall photo, maybe smoothing the skin using frequency separation. Using when you export it to Photoshop, you can all sorts of ways that you can edit that one and change up something that you might like. So can add some scratches to give it a vintage look, or you can go in and just have it and clean some of this up and keep it as is. Going into Photoshop after this you can pretty much get as creative as you want. And so that's it. So that's how I edit my night shots. If you like this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up, comment, subscribe, let me know what you want to see in the comments. Alright, thank you for watching.